Good morning, Libby. How are you today? Good morning. Wanted to give you the back view of our property. Those are our three corners. And this is actually supposed to be lake, another road. And there's my trailer. Let's zoom back out. My trailer on our 4.49 acres. But I wanted to give you a back view of what our property looks like. So we are going to go to the other property line, which is right there, because that's where the road is. One of the main roads. This road is not, you could tell it's not drivable, but it is a road. So I have so there's a piece of property here. And the only person, because this is like 30 yards across, I think, or 30 feet across. So the only people that I have is on that side of my property. So I have 30 feet in between us and that person. If they ever come out and build, they're actually, I'll have to show you guys how to, I think it'd be a really good lesson to actually go into your assessor's website. Most counties has a website for their assessors where they can look at properties. That property right there behind us is from Washington. So will they ever build? I don't know. Will they ever sell? I don't know. I don't have a clue if they will ever sell or not. Are you coming, Libby? You're my pretty little puppy doggy. I have to watch her really close because there's hawks that can pick her up because she's just over 4 pounds. I would say she's not quite 4.5 pounds, not 5. She's under 4.5 pounds. She's a Yorkie poo. Her mom was a teacup poodle. Her dad was a little Yorkie. Her mom was an apricot. We got her when she was just over a year old because the woman worked 14, 16 hours a day and found out that it wasn't right for a dog being in a crate all day only out for 2 or 3 times a day. She's never in a crate. When we go get her groom, the only time she's was ever in a crate was when our groomer had bigger poodles, because she'd call us right away. So we do have telephone poles down there, and I did find out there's no easements on the property, but there are easements for 30 feet on each. That includes one side to another side for the electric, water, whatever they need, and the road. Our road is very narrow. So This piece of property over here is for sale. It's a realtor that owns it. Has a well. I don't think it has a septic. I didn't see on the assessors that it has a septic. Maybe I was wrong, but he'll get it off the market for a while. He'll put it back on the market really high. I think he's asking too much for it. If he really wanted to sell it, he would lower the price. We paid 20, I want to say 21 or 23 for our place. I'd have to look it up. But you can see our neighbor's property line. And I know there should be one here. And his actually should come out, I believe, out to here. No, there's another piece of property in between him and the road. Now, I don't know if you could see, but there's a white trailer down there. That piece of property is another property next to this one. These two and ours was sold at the same time by one family. It was like a divorce in the family, so they had to sell it. And we happened to make a bid the same time she made a bid, but it took her longer to do all the paperwork and stuff. Because I guess she financed hers. We paid cash. That was the whole plan, is doing everything cash. So we have no bill, no bills, no electric for off-grid. But this is my lovely road. And Libby's ready. Are you ready? Yep. So let's go down here. So eventually we'll have a fence up. At least across here and the front. Then we'll work on the back and the side. I think eventually we'll clear part of the back road out so we have access to the back of our property, make it a little bit easier. But we're not going to be doing... Oh, there's glass. Someone broke glass. Have to come back and rake it up. One thing I don't like is glass and things like that. Cardboard, it does break down. But we try to keep everything. I don't know if you can see the dragonfly. They're all over the place here. But it's getting a little bit warm out here, but I came across the property. I did a live on TikTok. I do have a TikTok thing I've been trying to do more. I want to build YouTube up more than anything else than my Facebook, Instagram. I don't do much on Instagram. I just find it really too hard to keep up with everything. And since we don't have the business in Brookings anymore, I don't have to work very hard on little footprints. Probably a bunny. I don't have to work hard on Facebook for the business. My Facebook, Bug Bontrager, is actually a business page, so you can actually follow. Got more tracks. Looks like bigger print. Probably coyote. I've noticed coyote signs. And last night we had one really close howling. So, which is okay. I don't have, the only one I have to worry about is her, and she don't go out at night. And if she has to go outside at night, we will actually, in our pajamas, slide on our shoes and actually physically walk with her. Morning after the sun comes up, we open up the door for her. We let her out. She doesn't go very far. Yeah, that will have to be picked up. I don't know why people do that. But that could be also someone's property that they've thrown out on their property, and the wind took it, which that happens a lot. But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful morning. Figured I needed a walk. I need to start walking a little bit more. That's why no shorts. I got pants and boots on because I walked in the middle of my property. There's some birds up there. It's like, squirrel. Sorry about that, but I don't know if you could see them. I'm not going to zoom in. But yeah, I wanted to do this part for YouTube to show you that where our boundaries are, where the road is. Because I know I'm breathing hard because I'm walking in the sand. Our sand is not, it's kind of like a sugar sand. So it's like you're going out in the beach and you're walking towards the harder sand that's wet. That's what this is. And I need to walk more. I do have to admit that. So, but my property ends there, and then we have the front road. And you could tell that I'm getting closer to it. Now this way we have we got neighbors way up there where the telephone lines are, and street that has gravel that eventually will go into a blacktop. These aren't maintained by the county out here. Even though we're in the county, they're just not county maintained. They're past that point. I don't even think that they even coming out this far on the gravel road up there that it's maintained, because I've seen people work it. So we have a neighbor, him and his brother, because they drive this way. They will actually make a big loop and try to even it out as best they can. It's getting worse than what it used to be. It used to be all even because hardly anybody ever drove on it. Now we have more traffic on it, and we have a couple people in quads. I would say 10 to 2 o'clock in the morning. They are goofing off out here on these roads. They're not noisy. It's just their quads are not noisy, of course, but they don't come up on our property or anything. So there's our property, and you can see one. Let's see if I can. Two of my security lizards. I call them security lizards because they come out and they bathe in the sun. And those guys are actually pretty big. Those guys live, I believe, I looked them up. I can't remember the name of them. So sorry. But they live 8 to 9 years. And I can't remember the size. They don't get too big, but they get big. So here's what the corner of the road looks like. And if you go all the way down there, you'll run into a fence and you'll see the lake. Maybe one of these days I'll walk you out there. It's about 3 blocks. Because it's not even 3 blocks. It's you got First, then you got A Street, and then you got the fence. But I would say it's 3 blocks. So here's our corner. And I will zoom in. That is our corner of our property. This gal has tried to sell her property. I believe she lives all the way up in Canada, so I don't know how that all works, being from another country. But it'd be actually cool to have her build something and meet her. I'm one of these crazy people that loves meeting new people from other countries and just seeing the difference. So this is what you would call getting up on our property. And if you notice my pile here, it looks like it's perfectly almost done until you get to the road part, and I still got a lot to do. And then I don't want to get too close. You see at the very top up there. Hopefully it's not bad. You'll see my other security, and I usually have another one. Is he up there? I can't tell. Yep, he's up there. There he is. My security lizards. I always call them my security lizards. They keep a watch out on me. So he's bigger than this one. This one's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. But yeah, so three roads is around us. Yeah, I could have probably went down and on the other end of this road, I'll have Second, on the end of the block, I could have purchased at the same time one down there. But I liked it here because down there it's a little further away. It's just the way the road is from the state park and the water. Even though we don't really have access to it from here, we have to go down that way, turn, and then go around and then enter at the front, which is fine. We have a year's thing. So, but again, my solar panel, it works really great on the stand. Outside of yesterday, we had to unplug it because it flipped over and got unplugged by the wind of the thunderstorms. We had 2 evenings of major thunderstorms. Last night wasn't a lot of rain here. The day before we had quite a bit rain here, but it's what it is. But thanks for coming along on my little about, and next time, I think maybe tomorrow morning, we might just take Libby and we might hike out and show you the walk to the water, because you can see the water So have a good day, and thank you for joining me. Bye.